Yes, no greed, no fear makes money. What makes money is patience, patience and trust. That makes wealth. In the last 8 months, a lot has happened in the stock markets. The BSE Sensex and Nifty have gone down, gone up. I've done a few videos in the past where I analyzed and I shared how much the market has fallen, the large caps, the mid caps, and the small caps. As low as 15%, 20%, and 25% they have fallen. They had fallen and then they have recovered. But if you had fear, you would have redeemed, you would have sold and come out. If you had greed, you would try to time the market and wait for it to go down, to go down, to go down so that you can make money. But the people who made money, but the investors who made money are those who were patient and who trusted, who are faithful in their SIPs, in their investments. Yes, that's what we'll do today. A very quick and small video. I want to share how the people who trusted and who are faithful and who showed patience made money, made returns even about 10%. And that's what we're quickly going to see. We are going to see one large cap, one mid cap, and one small cap, and see what has happened in these 8 months. Hi, I am Franky Fernandes. I am a certified financial planner, and I'm also a marriage coach. My goal, my aim is to help young families. So if you're in your 30s, you're married, this is an apt video for you. Yes, even those who are not married can watch this, but then to make money, to grow your wealth, this is the right age. So let's get into the video. Let me quickly share. So in this analysis, I'm going to take you through the large cap, flexi cap, mid cap, and small cap, 2 funds each, to show you if you had persisted with your SIPs, what are the likely returns you would have got in these funds. So here are 2 funds. One is a 5-star rated fund, one is a 4-star rated fund. So it is not that I'm only taking the top funds. And here is Invesco large cap, 9 installments. That means you invest when it was at the peak. The NAVs were at the top. If you see, Invesco large cap was 70.85 and Nippon large cap was 90.403. So at the peak when you invested, and then the NAV started falling. It even fell down to 60, right? But you persisted with the SIPs. So 9 installments of 10,000 each, 90,000, and see the returns. You've got 9.46% annualized returns in Invesco large cap and 11.67 in Nippon India large cap. So, and what has happened to the market? Where is the market from September to now? We will look at it in the end, but first I would like to show you the returns from these funds to those who persisted with their SIPs, who were patient, who trusted and kept on investing. So here we've got your 90,000 has become 93,000. You've got returns. And here in Nippon India, 90,000 has become 11.6%. Now let's take a look at 2 flexi cap funds. So here are these 2 funds. One is HDFC Flexi Cap Fund and the other is Parag Parikh Flexi Cap Fund. Now again here, 9 installments of 10,000 each, which makes it 90,000, and see the returns. Flexi Cap Fund has given 12.4642% returns and Parag Parikh has given 9.38% returns. If you see here again, the NAVs were at the top in September, then it fell, and then it fell down to even as low as 1763. Then it came back to 1956. And here, Parag Parikh, the NAV was at peak, it was 80. It went down to 77 in March, and now it's at 82. And 90,000 has become 94,000. So this is the annualized returns from a flexi cap fund. Now let's take a look at a mid-cap fund, two mid-cap funds. So, and what has happened to the stock market from September, from the peak till now? Let's take a look at the prices. So, the 8th of September, it was 81,000. Then 29th September, it went up to 85,000 at its peak. And then it dropped as low as 73,000 in September, in March. And then finally it came up, but even now it is negative 6%. The markets are negative 6%. If you were greedy or if you were fearful, you would have, the moment it dropped probably at 77,000, you would have sold. And maybe you would have sold some more in 75,000. And if you were greedy, what you would do is you will wait for the market to fall down, but you don't know. You cannot time the market. And the market then comes back and it is negative 5.65%. The markets are negative 6, almost 6%, but the large caps and the flexi caps we have seen, they're about in the range of 8 to 11% or 12%. Now, how is it possible? It is possible because of patience. Because you patiently invest, you kept investing month on month, and you did not time the market. You were not fearful, you were not greedy. You had none of those negative emotions. You trusted, you were patient, and you kept your SIPs active. That's it. You didn't do a thing. In fact, you did not even have to see the market. That's the beauty of this quality, this virtue of patience. You do not have to even see the market. You let the SIPs get invested, let the money deduct from your account. That's it. You didn't have to do a thing. Did you realize? Did you see the power of patience? And this has happened over the years and decades, that those who are patient, who are not fearful or greedy, those who are patient were rewarded. Those who were faithful in doing their SIPs were rewarded. Those who trusted, they were rewarded. Now let's take a look at the mid-cap funds. So here are two mid-cap funds, and they are either 5-star or they are 4-star. They are not among the top funds. So 90,000 has become 93,665. It is given 11% returns, this fund, and this fund has given 5% returns. Right at the peak, the NAV reached even 103. Then it fell down to 84, and then it came back to 96. It has not even reached its peak. And here also, the NAV was 247. It has not reached the peak, but still, you made returns. And that is the power, that is the impact of an SIP. That is the magical power of an SIP. No greed, no fear, patience. Patience, patience, patience is what pays, is what creates wealth. Now, what has happened to the mid-cap index? Let's take a look. So if you see here, the Nifty Midcap 150 historical index, at its peak, it was around 22,000, and now it is 21,000. It is not yet recovered. It is still negative 5%. But the mid-cap funds have still given positive returns. Finally, we will now see small cap funds, what kind of returns we have received, and we'll also compare that with the index. There are two funds here. One is Nippon India Small Cap and Tata Small Cap. Now, Nippon India Small Cap has given 5.8%, less than large cap, flexi cap, or a mid cap. And here it is given 0.94. Again, it is still positive, although the markets have still not recovered. So the NAV was at 183 at its peak, and it is still 161. It is much more to recover, and probably it will take more time. This also tells that small caps or maybe the mid caps are highly volatile and risky in the short term. So in the last 8 months, we haven't seen them recover, but at the same time, we have seen flexi caps and the large caps recover. So let's also take a look at what has happened to the market, to the small cap index. So now let's take a look at the small cap index. So if you see here, the market was at 18,543 at peak, and then it fell down to 16,801. It further fell down to 16,000, and then around 13,000 in February. And finally, it recovered and it is at 16,971, which is still lower than the peak. And it is negative 8.50%. Despite that, the Nippon small cap has given good returns. So now, as we see, that the large caps, flexi cap, mid caps, and small caps all have given good annualized returns up to 12%, but the market has yet to recover. Now, how all this happened? Obviously, because of the SIPs, because of the rupee cost averaging that happens when the market is low, you get more units. We all know that. But what is the virtue? It is not just math, friends. It is your behavior. It is your virtues. It is what goes into your head. And here, if you see, it is patience. It is purely patience and trusting the system, trusting the markets, and doing nothing really, allowing your SIPs, the debits to happen. When asked more, why people can't make money like him, although his strategy is very simple, and his answer was, no one wants to become rich slow. Everyone wants to hurry up. There's another famous quote by Warren Buffett. He said, stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Yet another quote which talks about patience. So these words are from the famous investor, most famous, most successful investor of our times. And he talks about patience. So it is not just math, friends. Understand this. If you have understood this piece of patience, and what is patience really, you will make money not overnight, but over time. So I hope in this short video you've learned something. Are you patient by nature? Or are you impatient? Do you trust your own abilities of timing the market? Then probably you will not. You want to make quick money, you want to trade, you want to do intraday trading and options and futures. No one makes money through intraday trading and through FNOs over a long period of time. The people who make money, in my experience, is those who have started their SIPs and who are patient, who are looking for a minimum 5-year period. And 10, 15, 20 years, 30 years period, fantastic. You'll grow your wealth. So I hope there is some learning from this. If you are one of those who have patiently done your SIPs, do let me know in the comment box. But if you think you have actually made more money, maybe more than 15, more than 12%, do let me know which stock you bought and what helped you make that return. And let me know what you think about this video. And let me know, is really patience a good virtue? Yes, I believe that. So if you are a person who's always fearful or greedy, trust me, it's not easy to make money because you'll always make mistakes. These are negative traits. And if you're new to this channel, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel. My goal is to help young families, help them with concepts, with ideas, which will help you to build wealth and at the same time, build your relationship. So I'll see you soon. Bye for now.